What's up, guys? So Neighbors 2 is the sequel to Neighbors that came out 2 years ago. It came out May 9th, 2014, I believe. That's the day it came out, somewhere around there. But this is the sequel, and again, it stars Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne and Zac Efron, and it is directed also again by Nicholas Stoller. And the story to this one is, Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne, they're trying to sell their house. Their baby is not a baby anymore. She's becoming a little child, Stella is the baby's name, or kid's name, I guess you could say right now. She's not really a baby anymore, like I said. Yeah, they're trying to sell their house, and that's going well for them, and they finally get a couple that wants to, take it off their hands. Right after they pretty much sell it, there's a 30-day period to where the people that are buying the house get to go, and they get to look and see how it's doing for that 30 days, and if they want to change their mind, they could. They don't have to take it. So that's pretty much when the sorority comes in, led by Chloe Grace Moretz, and she is pretty much leading this sorority of women that want to have partying rights as a sorority. So they move into their own house and they do what they want to do, and they create their own sorority that'll party, and there you go. Now we have Neighbors 2. We have this 30-day period that Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne need to figure out a way to get rid of these sorority girls. And going into this movie, I absolutely loved the first Neighbors. I think after, I saw it in the theater the first time, it was good, but then after getting it at home on Blu-ray and watching it a few times, I really loved that movie, and I'll be as straight up to say that my two favorite comedies of all time, off the top of my head, are the first Dumb and Dumber and Neighbors, the first Neighbors. So I was very excited going to this, and leaving the theater, I was not disappointed. I really loved this movie. I didn't like it as much as the first one, but that doesn't do a disservice to this at all. This is a fine comedy. This is a good comedy sequel. There aren't too many of those out these days. 22 Jump Street and whatever else. Dumb and Dumber 2 wasn't that really great, so, there's really not that many comedy sequels that are good, but this one falls into the category of the good ones. I really love the chemistry between Rose Byrne and Seth Rogen. I think they're fantastic together. The use of Zac Efron in this film is great. I really loved him in the first movie. I think that's one of his best roles as Neighbors. So watching him in the second movie, having that character sort of progress a little bit more and having him fleshed out a little bit more, I really think that Zac Efron plays this character wonderfully. And you got Dave Franco in the movie again, and his sort of twists that his character takes is a bit unexpected, but after it happens, you get used to it, and it's fine. It's just a bit of a shocker because maybe you weren't expecting it. I wasn't, but it's fine. What happens, happens. And their chemistry is great. I'm going to try to pronounce this guy's name. Ike Borenholtz. I believe that's how to pronounce his name. And Cara Gallo? Something like that, along those lines. They play the couple that are best friends with Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne's character. Jimmy and Paula, that's the characters' names. And, they're great in the movie. I loved him in the first movie, and I think he's even funnier in this movie. There's a scene with him. It's actually two scenes in particular with him. No spoilers, but they're completely, laughing out loud scenes. I was cracking up. He has a really funny moment in this movie in particular. So you guys can watch out for that. But yeah, this is it's a fine comedy. The only thing is, and the reason why I don't really like it as much as the first one, is because the first one felt very cohesive. You had the first act, you had the second act, you had the third act. But I gave that movie a 4.5 because there's about a 10 to 15 minute chunk, maybe about a 10-minute chunk, that just sort of slows down a bit, but then it picks right back up. But I'm entertained the whole time. With this movie, it's very similar. I'm entertained the whole time, but the pacing does feel a little bit disjointed at points. It could be really entertaining, really funny at this scene, and then this scene it could kind of slow down. It doesn't feel very cohesive as the first movie did. But I am entertained. I was entertained the whole way through. But yeah, overall, guys, I really enjoyed Neighbors 2, Sorority Rising. That's the title of it. That's the subtext to it. So I'm going to give Neighbors 2 4 out of 5 stars. Like I said, I gave the first one 4.5. I really enjoyed this one as well. I can't wait to watch it again. And guys, you can comment your thoughts in the comment section. Tell me what you thought about Neighbors 2. Did you see it? Do you like the first one more or the second one? Let me know in the comments. You can also subscribe to this channel. Yesterday we posted the Angry Birds movie review. I was not involved in that. Chancey Bradley and Zach Warfield, I think that was the first time he was on this channel. They reviewed the Angry Birds for you guys. I didn't see that one yet. I'm going to probably be seeing that on Saturday. I'm seeing the Nice Guys on Saturday as well, so I'm going to do a review for the Nice Guys, and then I'll probably, shout my opinions for Angry Birds somewhere, maybe on Twitter or Facebook or something, which is why you could follow me on Facebook and Twitter. If you want to know my opinion on Angry Birds, I'm not really going to put up another review on it, but I will give my brief thoughts on, Facebook, Twitter. And you can also follow me on Snapchat at RyanKing72, and the Instagram is KingRises131. Guys, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching my review for Neighbors 2 Sorority Rising. Over and out.
This isn't working! You're only making them sexier!